Hi boys and girls! We're going to start learning about trees at school. Now you guys might not even think about trees a lot because we see them all around us and just don't even think about them. But did you know that we wouldn't be able to live without trees? Trees give off oxygen and that's what we breathe. So we couldn't live if we didn't have trees, so they're pretty important. Now here in Illinois where we live, we have a lot of different kinds of trees. We have all different kinds of trees and they have different kinds of leaves. All of the leaves look different. They have different shapes. Each tree has a different kind of leaf. Some of them are even heart-shaped, and some of them, like this sassafras leaf right here, I think it even looks like a dinosaur footprint. So we have all different kinds of trees, and a lot of our trees are deciduous. Can you guys say that big word? Deciduous. That means they lose their leaves in the winter when it gets cold. But not all trees do that. And some places it stays warm so they don't lose their leaves. So we're going to learn a lot about trees coming up, and I can't wait to get started. This kind of tree is called an evergreen. It stays green all year long and they don't lose their leaves. They don't actually have leaves, they have needles. So you can see they have like spiky needles. They're different than leaves. These are the kind of trees that we usually make into Christmas trees. Some trees in the South, like this live oak in South Carolina, get really big and even have moss growing on their branches. Some trees, like this bonsai tree or this dwarf willow tree, are really, really small. And some trees, like these redwoods in Redwood Forest, California, are so big. In fact, some of them are big enough that you can drive your car through them. Some trees, like this banyan tree in Hawaii, are really wide and have roots and branches sprouting out everywhere. Some trees, like these rainbow eucalyptus trees, have really, really colorful tree trunks. Some trees make a good spot to take a family picture. But my very favorite tree of all is the palm tree because they are usually found near the beach. Hi boys and girls! Let's read this book called Trees, Trees, Trees by Nancy Noel Williams to find out just a little bit more about trees. Look at this tree. Did you know that it began as a seedling inside an acorn? The seed grew into a seedling, and then the seedling became a sapling. After many years, the tree is now as big as a house. Wow, so it started really tiny inside an acorn as a seed. First, did you know that trees have three main parts? They are the crown, the trunk, and the roots. Where do trees grow? Trees can grow pretty much anywhere that there is soil, water, and sunlight. They can grow in parks, on patios, and next to sidewalks. They grow in wet, swampy places, in the mountains, and even in deserts. What kinds of trees stay green all year? Do you know? What kinds of trees stay green all year? An evergreen tree stays green all year. Palm trees have hard, broad leaves or leaves like fans. You'll find them in warm, rainy climates. Spruce and pine trees have sharp green needles. They can live in both cold and warm places. What kinds of trees lose their leaves? Do you remember that big word? Deciduous. Can you say deciduous? That's a big word. Deciduous trees lose their leaves every year. Their leaves turn all different colors and then they fall off before winter. What kind of food grows on trees? Can you guys think of some food that grows on trees? This picture right here shows an orange tree. Ooh, an apple tree. Apple trees, peach trees, lemon trees, lime trees. Lots of food grows on trees. What animals live in trees? Birds of all kinds live in trees and build their nests. Squirrels dart in and out of knotholes. A mother raccoon keeps her babies safe in her den. If you are lucky, you might even see a frog hiding in the tree. So all kinds of animals live in trees. What is the biggest tree in the world? It's the giant sequoia found in California. The General Sherman tree is the biggest tree on Earth. It is 275 feet tall and more than 2,000 years old. Wow, that is a really big tree. What do you call this tiny tree? It's called a bonsai tree. Bonsai is a Japanese word that means a tree potted in a plant, in a pot. How do we enjoy trees? Well, have you ever climbed a tree? Or had a swing in a tree? Or maybe a tree house? There are all kinds of ways that we can enjoy trees. How can we learn the age of a tree? Ooh, that's a good question. How do you know how old a tree is? By looking at its rings. Trees grow a new layer of wood every year. If there's a lot of sunshine and rainfall that year, the layer is wide. If it's a bad year, the layer is thin. When a tree falls, the layers look like rings. You can count the rings to see how old it is. That's like the inside of a tree. Once it's died and fallen, then they can count it and see how old it is. We need to take good care of our trees. Without trees, the air wouldn't smell as sweet. We wouldn't have the delicious food that they provide or the happiness we get from them all year. And we wouldn't have oxygen because we breathe oxygen from trees. So trees are really important. All right, boys and girls, I cannot wait to learn more about trees with you.